Hey guys, it's Lauren, AP Spray Arts. Welcome to this video. What you're going to see is the mural I did at the Haywire Farm Festival. It's not my first mural, it's not my biggest mural, but it is the mural where I learned the most. So let's get into it.
This is AP Spray Arts.
Hey everyone, like I said, this was at the Haywire Farm Festival. They had tons of music. It went over a couple days. Tons of music, food trucks, arts and crafts going on. They really wanted to hit the artist thing, so they got a whole bunch of these whiteboards up and they had a bunch of artists painting them. It was a good time. The only trouble was the weather, which you can't see, and this is right to my left. There's an old truck and another board, same size as my wall here, to try and block the wind. It did most of it, but we did get rained out a little bit later on, so this mural that was supposed to take me about 5 hours took me 4 because I had to take a rain break for a while. It was also really cold. I was chilly, but that's the way it went. An artist's life is not always glamorous. Sometimes we get crappy weather. So like I said, this wasn't my first mural. It wasn't my biggest mural. My biggest mural was a 17-foot by 8-foot wall at work. So not many people are going to see it. This one is probably going to have the most people see it. It's supposed to be up for years to come, so we will see. Now, I had a plan for this. I had it all drawn out. I drew it out a few times. It's supposed to be northern lights, waterfalls, of all different kinds of colors, a woman at the bottom, like flinging her hair around. In my picture and in my mind, it was pretty cool. In reality, I bit off more than I could chew. And I can admit that. There's just way too much going on. You'll see later on. But I didn't look up the basic rules of murals and go with that. I just kind of went with what I thought would be cool and something that was beyond my talent at the time. So I believe there were supposed to be 6 artists there over the weekend. Each one supposed to be a couple each day, and each got 5 hours to do it. Well, one didn't show up. She had to cancel or something, and another one didn't show up at all. So to my right, there was another artist going. She did the same time period I did, the same starting at noon, finishing at 5 thing. And hers was really good. It was a big cow, which from far away, it looked awesome. From close up, it looked awesome. I learned a lot just from watching what she did. Around the corner, there were 2 other artists going. One was the organizer of the art area. So she was a little busy. She took the whole 2 days of the festival to do hers. Well, actually 3, I guess, because she'd started the day before. And the other one was supposed to be done the same time as us. To be honest, here we are 2 months later, and I still haven't heard that she's even finished. She lived nearby, so she could come and go as she pleased. So I don't know if she ever finished. I've never seen pictures of it. So that's the way it is. The organizer ended up doing a ladybug, which was really cool. Very bright, very vibrant. You could tell what it was from far away. That's going to come into play in this painting I'm doing right now. Right there, I was marking approximately where the actual waterfalls are. I kind of messed up. Let's go over what I should have done. This whole bottom part, I should have just painted straight up black. Black makes colors pop, and I shouldn't have worried about those rocks, which I was doing, those gray kind of long pieces. The rocks I should have done after the water. So, I mean, you look at a waterfall, waterfalls behind some of the rocks that stick out, so I should have done that way after. And then this technique I'm doing here is what you do for waterfalls in a painting, not what you should be doing for waterfalls in a 8-foot tall mural. I should have just painted. Should have just spray painted. And then I could have gone over it with card or something and tried pulling it down as I spray painted it on. Instead of spray painting it on the card and pulling it down, I wasted a lot of paint. I wasted a lot of time. But like I said at the beginning, I learned a lot from this mural. So what this is supposed to be is that the northern lights up top are supposed to reflect down kind of into the water, and then there's supposed to be a whole different colors going down, changing color as it goes from fall to fall to fall. Just before doing this, we had been back home in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and we had gone to visit the Kakabeka Falls, which is just outside the city. And I took lots of pictures and videos of it, so you'd think I would have learned something. I learned a little bit of the way waterfalls work, but I didn't pay much attention to it. I had this idea in my head, and I was just going with it. I do have to thank the Artists Emporium in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We stopped there on our way to Thunder Bay, and I picked up a bunch of Montana Gold spray paint. They helped me out. I think they gave me a little bit of discount. The Haywire helped us with our supplies a little bit. So the Emporium made sure that my supplies came just underneath what was given to me, which is awesome. And then, yeah, went on and painted. And while we were in Winnipeg, Manitoba, checked out, there's murals all over the city. They're amazing, beautiful. Some have great messages, some are just fun. So if you're ever in Winnipeg, make sure you drive around the downtown area and check out all these murals. Okay, sweater's on. Weather's changed. I put the sweater on because the rain had started and I didn't want to get completely wet. What do you think of my sweaters anyway, and my shirts? Pretty good, vibrant logo. The organizer of the event actually was able to see me from across the parking area and was able to pick me out right away. So that's cool. So, do these look like waterfalls? Here I come in spraying stuff underneath, and this is where I realized, yeah, I should have just done this the whole time. I could have just sprayed stuff and then like done the colors and then done the swipe down with white on top of it to make it look more like water. Well, learning stuff afterward doesn't really help all that much, does it? Helps me for next time if I ever decide to do a giant waterfall thing. Something else I learned, way too many colors and cutoffs and things. I should have just made them really big waterfalls and then maybe a couple smaller ones as it goes down. So yeah, not great in the planning area, but I got it done. That's the main part. Well, mostly I got it done. Remember when I said there was going to be a woman at the bottom? Yeah, I kind of skipped that part. Because at some point in time, I'll probably tell you when it happens, my wife came along and said, "Oh, you only got like an hour left, dude." And I'd never painted a person before with spray paint. And that was probably going to take me like 2-3 hours to do, just because I would have probably had to redo it a couple times. So I kind of had to skip that part and just go with finishing the bottom of the waterfall. But you'll see that. So I had to touch up the top where the water comes down, make it look more crisp. The part of the top there with the lake, should I have done that at all? Because to me, I don't know whether depends on the angle you'd be standing on looking at waterfalls, I guess, but I just don't know if it really worked. I was just going with it. So here I come in with some mist coming up from waterfalls, all different colors. I think it helps make it look a little bit better, but we will see about that too. You guys can tell me. So the biggest thing I learned while painting this is that murals are made to be looked at from way back. You want to be able to stand, I don't know, 50 yards away and go, I know what that is. That's awesome. Then you get closer and it looks even better. This one, when you're far away, it looks like a whole bunch of color on a board, to be honest. And that was not good. That was not what I wanted. It was kind of muddy and messy and not great. But, like I said, I learned. So it was around about here where I was told, hey, you have an hour left. So I started rushing. So you're going to see me flying a whole lot of stuff, putting in a whole bunch of little details and things. What do you think of the cliff face? I know you can't see the right side, but you'll see it near the end. I'll show you the full picture. And here we come in the water. Painting on the ground was the hardest part. I had to put a tarp down, sit on it. Didn't really think about how I was going to make the water proper. So I hope it came out. Yeah. Oh, there's these rocks. These rocks are supposed to have the girl sitting on them. She's supposed to be sitting on the rocks. There's supposed to be a little bit of water in front of the rocks, and her feet are in the water. She's sitting on the rocks, and she's done that thing where she flips her head back and the water is all flying and stuff. So she's supposed to be right in front of the waterfalls. So you wouldn't even have seen the waterfalls if I put her up front. So would it have been better with the girl in there? I don't know. I sure didn't have the time. If I could go back and do it again, I would have completely changed and gone with a different thing. Maybe just would have gone with the forest and northern lights behind it, because that made more sense. I knew I wasn't getting the rocks right when I put a picture. My mom said, "What's that at the bottom?" Thanks, Mom. Love ya. So now I'm just doing details, putting in some greenery and stuff. I should have put some more amongst the waterfalls where there would have been rocks and some plants growing. But I was running out of time. I was going as fast as I could right here. Pew 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 doo doo. Yeah, putting in some grasses and some details with the rocks, hoping that it looked like rocks at the bottom of a waterfall. So you guys let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this whole mural. If you're going to do murals, don't do what I do. Watch some other people, watch some videos on how to do it. There's a finished product. And here we are with my Ziggy at the bottom. What do you guys think? See you next time.